Yeah, I know. Final Fantasy XIII has been out for many years now. 3 to be exact. So why am I just now reviewing it? Well, because I just finished it. Final Fantasy has been around since the NES and has some high expectations, especially from their fans. Does this game exceed them? What if you've never played an RPG and you've wanted to try one out recently? Well, in this review, I will cover both sides. Here we go.
Good for them.
I would like to explain the gist of the story, first off, but I will just say that it's extremely unique, extremely weird, and kind of utterly empty. A lot of it really doesn't make any sense, and the parts that do are kind of nice, but unfortunately there's just not as many parts that make sense as there are parts that don't. The first thing you'll notice about 13 is the graphics, and boy do they look delicious. The cutscenes look great, and the special effects are better than ever. The in-game graphics look slick as well, and it definitely feels like a next-gen Final Fantasy while you're playing it. The environments look nice as well, although there are a lot of similar environments. The outside environment beyond what you play looks amazing, but the paths and walkways sometimes feel way too similar. The enemy design is, well, it's good for the most part, but some of the enemies feel too similar, and they use the same designs, and because it has the same theme, they can feel similar that way as well. The characters' looks designed are very nicely. There are 6 main characters, and all their appearances are very nice, but it's their personalities where they really kind of fall inconsistently. Characters like Hope, Fang, and Zaz are very well done, and they're unique in their own way, and you're always looking to see what they say or do next, but the rest of them just aren't that interesting. This goes for the main character, Lightning, as well. She tries to come off as this mysterious badass, but she's just too empty. The bosses are also forgettable, and I'm not saying, like, some of them, I'm saying all of them. Not one boss sparked my interest enough to where I can even remember their name. What happened to bosses like Seymour and Sephiroth? Now for the gameplay. Final Fantasy XIII has a new battle system which uses paradigyms, butchered that, which are like different classes that each character can do in battle, and you can switch in mid-battle to change how the battle is played as well as the tempo. For instance, your character can be a Ravager, which means magic, and then once you get their magic to an enemy's stagger bar full, and you get the enemy nice and staggered, you can then switch to Commander, which is like a warrior class, to beat him up. The battle system works great. It's a little hard to learn at first, but once you learn it, it is extremely good, and actually pretty easy once you get the hang of it. There are a couple kinks in it though, but they are far in between, and for the most part the new system works great. The XP system is called a Crystarium, where you can level up each class on each of your abilities. The idea of the system is very nice, but the actual uses of it, not so much. The abilities are mostly never used because you usually will be auto-battling, and the level up system is nowhere near perfect. Let me give you an example of this. I lost to a boss and I lasted about 15 minutes into it. So, I leveled up for 4.5 hours. 4.5 freaking hours of just playing the same enemies and leveling up. I went back to only last 10 minutes on the same boss. What the hell? That is not supposed to happen. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, I'm sure once you got to the next area, you kicked butt after all that leveling up. No, I did not. I still struggled and died frequently. No matter how much you level up, it just doesn't ever feel like you get any better. The battle system also allows at certain points to pick your party, but honestly, I think they should have left this out. I used the same party members the entire time, and it really cut down on the experience with the other characters I didn't get to feel. 3 of the main characters, which are Hope, Fang, and Lightning, are significantly better than the other ones, and there's really no reason to use the other ones. Where it really shines is when the party is split up in the beginning of the game. You're forced to use what you have to deal with what you're facing, and that's really fun. And it gives you different views on the characters, as well as instead of just getting the same ones from the same characters you're playing. Now, I will say something about the difficulty of this game. There's really not a way to switch it. There's not a way. You just have to play the basic difficulty. And this kind of sucks because the game starts out decently challenging. You know, the battles aren't too easy, but they're not really too hard either. But it just gets insaner and insaner from there. Towards the end, you fight so many monsters that take 7 or 8 minutes alone per battle, and then the bosses take anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. And it's just not that fun. The funnest thing to me about RPGs is the exploring, and you just don't get to do much of that in this game. It's pretty linear, and everything is just cut and dry. There's only one area where you can really go out and do your own thing. So pretty much the battle is 90% battles, which just isn't as fun as some of the other RPGs I've played. If you were expecting an easy RPG that would kind of get you in the mood for some more, I just can't recommend this one. It's extremely challenging and difficult, and might even lose your interest towards the end like it did mine. There's some side mission and decent replay value here, but most are just okay, and they really don't go any farther than kill this enemy, walk here and kill this enemy. So, not really that great, but, you know, at least it does keep you busy and you get more bang for your buck. Final Fantasy XIII is not the game that Final Fantasy fanatics have been waiting for. Does that mean it's bad? Well, no. I got a good 40 hours out of it, and for the most part, I enjoyed most of them. It just misses some key aspects of RPGs that we've come to know and love. If you've never played a Final Fantasy, do not let your opinion be based on this one. There are far better Final Fantasies out there. Mainly all of them. I suggest starting with a different one. But if you are a fan of Final Fantasy and you have played the other ones, you'll enjoy this one. It's got most of the thing that Final Fantasy players ask for, but we will still always be waiting for that grand one. In the end, the good, it has a great battle system, amazing graphics, some great music, a new type of story, but it does come up short on some level and character design as well as the leveling up system. I'm Nick Moody Gaming. For any more questions or anything else you need to know, message me, or if there's a game you want me to review, just let me know, and I will review it. I want to be involved with my YouTube listeners. Thank you for watching, and you have a great day.